Today we're going to be going over mean, median, mode, and range. You guys have already learned those. I am quite certain. When do you remember learning this? Also, I'm looking around. A lot of you guys have your phones out. Put them away. Don't make me put them on the wall. Put your phones away. You don't need them. You have the worksheet, Logan? The white one? Yeah, go grab it. Thanks, Amir. Ashton, can you close your Chromebook? We don't need it. Hello? Hey. I do. All right, I'll send them over. All right, you are in ISS today, so you got to walk 2 doors that way. You know where it is? Yep. Do you know where ISS is?
No.
No? Do you know where it is?
I do.
At the end of the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
The last
I'm
time.
talking about phone.
Then put it on the desk behind you. That's fine. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, mean, median, mode, and range. Does anybody remember that? Hey, Logan, while he's taking his test, will you scoot face to the front? Thank you. Do y'all remember learning that?
Yes.
When?
Last year.
Is that when you learned it? I
That's
feel
when
like it was
relearned
before that.
That's when I relearned it.
Oh, okay. I feel like it was probably before that. Do y'all remember when you learned mean, median, mode, and range?
Nope.
Yeah, I think he's right. It's probably middle school. That's, I think, when I learned mean, median, mode, and range as well. So anyways, today we're going to go over it. It should be super easy. And the good thing is there are some questions on TSI that are mean, median, mode, and range. And so that means that for those questions, we should get them right, and it should be pretty easy. What I do need you guys to do is to go grab a calculator because you have to add things and they're kind of big numbers. So go grab a calculator. I don't really want you to use your phone because the phone is different than the calculator you get on TSI. So go grab a calculator. And the good news is our lesson will be pretty quick, so you should be done quick. Pretty easy stuff. Put your paper on this stuff. You don't want to distract him while he's taking his test. Get yourself a calculator off the back wall. So for range and mode and median, you need to first make sure that the numbers or the data are in order. So for pretty much everything except for the mean or the average, you need to make sure that the numbers are in order. So they're in order from least to greatest or from smallest to biggest. To find the range, does anybody remember how to find the range?
No.
Anybody? Mhm. So you just find the biggest number and the smallest number. And to find the range, you're finding the difference between them. So you take the biggest number and you subtract the smallest. So the directions for the first section, it says find the range. So first, what do I tell you to do? What does it say to do first? Yeah, you need to make sure they're in order. So when you go to put them in order, you start with the smallest number. And so when I take a look at this list, looks like the smallest number I have is 55. As I jot them down, I'm going to mark them out. And I'm not saying them out loud because I don't want to mess you up. Amir, were you able to write them down in order? Good. So what is the directions for range? What does it say that we do? Amir, what does it say we do? Yeah, so we need to actually subtract the smallest from the biggest. So we need to go find those two numbers. We put them in order, so we should know what they are. I have 55 is the smallest and 101 is the biggest. Do y'all agree? Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to take those two numbers. I have 101 and I'm going to subtract 55. So that's why you have a calculator, 101 minus 55. You're going to type that in.
Yes.
I agree. 46. Amir, do you know how to do range now? Barely. Let's do another one. So let's do number 2. What do we have to do first? Put them in order. So let's do that. I'm going to do it. You do it. We all able to find the biggest and the smallest number? Yep. So now we'll do 19 minus 3. We can do that in our head. What do we get?
It's 26.
Oh, man. Geez. Thanks. I'm glad I have y'all. What did I do wrong? I forgot a number, right? So that is the reason why we make sure and mark them off and make sure, go through and check to see that you have written down all of the numbers. So it is not 19 minus 3, it's 26 minus 3. And yes, we can do this in our head. 26 minus 3, what do we get? 23. You think you got it? All right, I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to see if you can get any more done in this section. Yep. All right. So you may have not finished the whole section, but that's okay. We're going to move on and you'll have time to go back and finish this section. Amir had a really good question. He said, what do I do if there is a number and it is listed twice? And I think Eric told him, you write it twice. And that's right. Like you see the number twice, it's twice in the list. You just write it twice. Oh, sorry, it was David that said that. Sorry. So now we're going to move on to the next mode. Anybody have an idea? It's the number that occurs the most. Good job. Yes, it is the number that occurs the most. I already told you what you need to do first. What do you need to do first? Put in order. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and take question 7. We're going to put it all in order. Hello. Thank you. David. David O. You are invited to come do TSI with me, TSI prep. So you just come here during ACE. So we're looking for the number that occurs the most. What do you think occurs the most for question 7? 62. So we have 62 that occurs 3 times. We also have 84 that occurs twice, but which one happens the most? Well, it is 62. So that's what we say, 62. That is our answer. So the mode, and it has the same amount of letters as most, mode goes with most. Nope, it's because 62 had 3 and 84 only had 2. So it's whichever one has the most. So the reason we put them in order is because we're looking for repeating numbers. And so repeating numbers are the ones you want to check. So question number 8, let's do the same thing. Let's start with putting them in order. When we look at this one, what do you notice? Yeah, when we look at this one, we have 8 that has twice, and then 11 is twice. So they kind of tie. They tie for being the most. And so we have to list both of them. We would say 8 and 11. It's both of them. So you can have one most. So you have 8 and 11. Both of them occur the most. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes to see how much you can get done in this little section. Oh, thanks. I'll take it. So how do we feel so far? We've done range and we've done mode. Now remember, these things are pretty easy, right? Pretty easy. So we're going to move on. We're going to do median. And again, you should have time to finish these. So don't stress about it. You'll have time and they're easy. The median. Anybody remember what the median is? It's the what? The middle number. Good job. It's the middle number. Okay, the median is the middle number. If there are two middle numbers, y'all remember what you have to do?
No.
Okay, if there's two middle numbers, you will add them and then divide by 2. So you're finding the average of the two middle numbers if there are two of them. One thing that I want to show you guys is like if you're looking at clothes, you've got a small, a what, and then a large. Medium, right? So just like in clothes, like the median sounds like medium, it's the middle. It's the one that's in the middle. There's also a median in the middle of the street. It's the grass patch. That's called a median. It's what's in the middle. Okay, it's what divides the traffic. What do we have to do for median first? Put them in order. We have to put them in order. So let's do that. Let's start with number 13. Let's put them in order. Which number do you think is in the middle? I agree, 73. One way that you can make sure that you are in the middle is that you want to make sure that you have the exact same amount on both sides. So if I go to each side of 73, I have 3 on this side and I have 3 on this side. Then that means, yeah, 73 is exactly in the middle. 73 is the median or the middle number. Question 14, let's do this one together. So let's first put them in order. For this one, what number is in the middle? For this one, if you look, there's an even number of things in my list. So I have 2 middle numbers. So I don't have just one middle number, I have 2. And when I have 2 middle numbers, what do I need to do? I need to add them and divide by 2. So I have 8 plus 11, and then we're going to divide by 2. 8 plus 11 is 19, and we're going to divide by 2. What do you get? 19 divided by 2. 9.5. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to see how much you can get done in this little section. So far, how do you feel about mode and range and median? Amir, how do you feel? The last thing that we're gonna do is the mean. Does anybody remember what another word for the mean is? Average, yeah. Another word for mean, it's also known as the average. With this one, you don't have to first make sure that they're all in order. With this one, you will add all the numbers. So first you have to add all the numbers and you find the sum. So remember that sum means that you added things together. Next, you're going to count all the numbers in the list to find the total number of things. So the total number of things, you could just say the total number. And last, we will divide. So you have to add everything up and then divide by the total amount of things that were in your list. And so when you see down here, find the mean, and this is the formula, you have to add all the numbers and then divide by how many numbers are there. So first we will add, then we will divide by how many. Okay, so we will add and then divide by how many numbers. So the first thing that I'm going to do for question 19 is I'm going to figure out how many things are in my list. So I'm going to count them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 things in my list. So I know that I'm going to count up all the numbers and then I'm going to divide by 8. So I want you guys to count up all the numbers, use your calculator, count them up, and then let's see what you get. What did y'all get when you added them all up? Okay, Logan got 597. Did anybody else get 597? Okay. You have to scrap the line, make sure you put arrows on both sides. Arrows on both ends. Okay, 597 divided by 8, what do we get? What? We get a decimal, right? 74 point what? Okay, we're gonna round to 1 decimal. So is it 0.6 or 0.7? 0.6, because it's 6.2. So 0.6, you're good. So we're gonna round to 1 decimal. Which is the tenths. Okay, we're gonna round to the 10th spot. For question 20, Amir, how many are in that list? I agree. So we know that we are going to divide by 7. Now you need to add up all the numbers in that list. Amir, I see you don't have your calculator in your hand. Yep. What did y'all get when you added up all the numbers in the list for 20? What'd y'all get? Okay, I got 82. Anybody else get something different? Okay, I need another person. I got 81 as well, so let's just double check. Okay, so we got to be really careful with these little calculators. I encourage you guys to type things in twice. So 81. And it's a really easy mistake because especially for boys, your fingers are bigger than these little buttons. And so it's easy to press something incorrectly. Thankfully, when you take TSI, you have multiple choice questions, so it's easy to figure out if you made a mistake. When we divide that, what do we get? 11.6. Very good. What? Oh, 11.67. Oh, I got 11.57. Yeah, I got 5.7, so that's why it rounds up to 6. Yes, good job, guys. So this is all that we're doing today. You're going to finish up each one from every section. And then we are going to grade it. Let's see. In probably 20 minutes. I believe that you can.
I don't know, I started a little later than the others.
I have faith in you. You're a smart guy. Are you done with the worksheet? Yeah, finish your worksheet.
I'm just a little. All done.